Hi everyone, welcome to Banana for Scale Wargaming. I'm John.
I'm Patrick.
We're playing a 2,000 point battle today. It's going to be Eldar Craftworld, or Eldari, whichever you want to call it, against Golden Warriors, Custodes, or Custodes, whatever you want to call them. I prefer Custodes. So with 2,000 points, here's my list in front of us. So we've got two detachments here today. We've got Battalion Detachment and a Spearhead Detachment. For 5 points for the Battalion Detachment, 1 for the Spearhead and 3 for Battle Forged. So I'll run through what we've got. I have to refer to the phone. We have got 2 HQs for the Battalion, which is running as Ulthway. So we get the 6+ feel no pain on that. Our HQs are the Autarch, who is fairly basic Autarch, no wings on this one, none of that sort of guff. And the Farseer, who's running Guide and Doom. We've got the 3 troop options, which are a squad of 10 Guardians with a Shuriken cannon platform, a squad of 15 Guardians over the other side with a Shuriken cannon platform as well, and a squad of 5 Rangers to finish that lot off. Move on to, and the 3 Wave Serpents, are the dedicated transports for those. One of those is just triple Shuriken cannons. The other 2, which will be these 2 with the brownie weapons here, both with twin Bright Lance and an underslung Shuriken cannon, and they both have crystal targeting matrix, which allows them to move, massively, but allows them to move and still shoot their heavy weapon at the closest enemy unit without any penalty for moving. Which is useful. Different. I've not taken it like that before, but I thought it might be useful.
It's good to try out some new things.
Well, especially how resilient the Custodes are, and I thought it might be useful to take something like that.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to the Spearhead. This one is going to be Alatok, making it a bit harder to hit. So you've got the HQ for those is the Spirit Seer. Right here, he's got Concealed Reveal as his powers. We've then got 3 Wind Riders over here. For the 3 heavy support slots I needed to fill, I've got 2 squads of Dark Reapers, both with Exarchs, and the Exarchs both have Tempest launchers, which don't need line of sight, which is useful.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. And the third one to finish it off is a solitary lone War Walker, all the way over here. That one's got a Bright Lance and a Star Cannon, just because I've not used those weapons particularly often, I thought it'd be quite useful. Other than that, we finish off with a couple of flyers. Didn't want to go for the air wing this time, so I've just got 2 Hemlock Wraith Fighters. They both come with Spirit Stones as standard. One of them's got Horrify as its power, and the other one's got Reveal as its power. So it's a bit different from the list I've taken before. Should give me a bit more firepower, a bit more, not necessarily resilience, but just a bit more firepower and a bit more strength against a more resilient, tough army.
Yeah, this looks good, and I like the basing on the Wind Riders as well.
Yeah, can't take credit for that.
I know.
No, unfortunately not.
Really good. Okay, so we'll switch over to the Custodes. Okay, so we've got the Custodes. Just a quick run through. We've got a Battalion Detachment. So we have 3 units of Custodian Guard. They've all got spears. You got the Vexilla with Magnifica, which is the -1 to hit within 6 inches. We've got a unit of 3 Virtus Praetors with Hurricane Bolters. We have 3 Shield Captains on jet bikes. The one with the black base is the Warlord, and he has a Salvo Launcher. These 2 with Hurricane Bolters. The Warlord has the Aurus Aquilus, which gives him the 3-up Invon, and he can re-roll failed charges, and he's also taking Impregnable Mind, so he can deny the Witch once per turn as well. And then we have the good old trusty Land Raider.
Rusty Land Raider.
Rusty, yeah. Rusty, trusty. And that makes up our Battalion Detachment, so I'm going to have 8 command points. We get the 4-up Invon because it's a Custodes detachment, and yeah, I think there's not much more to say about Custodes. There's not much more that can change. So
yeah, very elite army, aren't they?
They are very elite. You know, this is a horde for the Custodes. So yeah, we'll set up the table and then we'll get back to you. Okay, the battlefield is set. We've got Search and Destroy deployment, and we're doing the Scorched Earth Eternal War mission from Chapter Approved. the table's set, the Custodes are deployed here. The Ortway and Altiok are deployed over in this corner. They actually finish deploying first, so they get +1 to their roll, so we're going to roll off.
6.
Oh, and again.
Auto hits.
We lost the dice.
Bone strength 3.
With 6, so that's a 7.
Any attacks with room roll.
So I'm going to try and seize.
This weapon have a damage.
And I don't with a 3. So it's going to be Craftworld Aldari to go first.
There you go, so end of Craftworld, movement phase turn 1, nice and quick. We moved up all the wave serpents. This one here is just coming to the middle towards objective 4. This one's shot over to the side. And this one's shot over to the side, trying to get some angles on. The Rangers came in fairly early doors.
Right, I'll do the blaster into the archer.
These guys all on top of the building there. One of them, Wobby Wobble, couldn't get them up there, but he's up there. Both hemlocks moved over here. This one's on with Reveal, and this one's on with Horrify. So that is the end of movement phase turn 1. Going to get on to the psychic phase. There we go, so end of the psychic phase and the shooting phase for the Craftworlds. Psychic was just the 2 units, both hemlocks. One got smite off but did peril, did D3 wounds to himself, did 3, and then did D6 wounds over here and managed to get a full 6 off. So got rid of one and got one down to...
I saved 2 on the...
Saved 2 on his Feel No Pain guy, there you go. So he's got one down to 2 wounds. Did a bit of shooting, managed to get rid of 2 of the guys over here, and this guy's still got all his wounds. With the D sides from that hemlock there, managed to get 2 guys and leave this one on 1 wound there. So
D sides are lethal.
D sides are horrible with auto hits, especially when he's got maybe there, giving him -1 to hit and then just negating that altogether. Probably should have taken a 3rd one in this game, of all the times to take it, but there you go.
Right, they're both going to die now.
Objective wise, we only have 1 objective held, objective number 1 as it happens over there, so that's 1 point for me this turn. Onto the charge phase, which isn't going to happen because I haven't got anything to really charge, so it's going to go over to Pat's Custodes turn 1.
Okay, so the Custodes move. We've literally moved from here to here with this shield captain. We've moved towards this objective to secure that objective with that custodian, and over here we've just moved with this one. With his 1 wound left, he's going to see if he can do some damage. And then everything else has stayed the same. We haven't brought anything in from Deep Strike. I've got 3 bikes and 3 Terminators. We're going to save them and maybe bring them down at a more pivotal time. Okay, Custodes turn 1 shooting. We shot a lot of stuff into this here and took it down to 4. We also shot a lot of stuff into this, took it down to 7, and we shot a Wind Rider off the table as well. So we're going to go into the charge and fight phase. It's not been that successful in terms of damage, but let's hope we can make up for it in the charge and fight phase.
3.
So, end of Custodes. Turn...
Grotesque.
Again, it's Custodes turn 1. Charge and fight phase. The shield captain here charged the hemlock that was here. Done some damage, brought it down to 1 wound. The hemlock then fought back and took... The hemlock done 6 damage to the shield captain on Overwatch with the D-sides. Then the hemlock fought back and killed it. The last wound off of the shield captain. The shield captain used the stratagem, even in death, which then took it down and killed it. It didn't blow up, but then John command pointed it, and it did blow up, and then it took out Custodian here, so 3 mortal wounds off here, and then done 1 mortal wound to the Vexilla. And over here, we took down
3 or 5?
5.
5, so it's had 7 wounds gone.
Yeah, so, and we took out another Wind Rider over here with that Custodian Guard. So, we're going into Craftworld turn 2.
There we go, so end of Craftworld movement phase turn 2. So I've moved all the wave serpents. These two moved back from the middle of the table. This one over here moved up to sit on objective. Underneath, I think it's 3, but not before I disembarked the Dark Reapers and the Farseer. I also brought in this unit from the Webway. We brought in this unit with its scout rule, so 3 inches from the table edge, more than 9 inches from an enemy. Hemlock with only a few wounds, 5 wounds left. Came down this direction, just to keep himself handy there. And this Wind Rider jumped up to look at the guardsmen, that's what they call them. Rangers stayed still because that's what they do. End of movement phase onto the psychic phase. There we go, so that's the end of the psychic and shooting phase, turn 2 for me. So psychic phase, we cast Doom with my Farseer here on the Custode who was in the middle here, holding the objective. Went off, tried to deny, got a 9 against my 10, so it went off. I then cast Smite with this Hemlock on it and took him down with the wounds on there, so that kind of negated the whole point of Doom and also his ability to smite, but needs must. Then moved on to the shooting phase. The guy with his weapons over here, the War Walker, shot into the Custode in the building. Didn't do anything on that one, did he, unfortunately. We then started the jet bike right over the back here, shot into the fellow at the top. Did a wound, took him out? No. Was it that one, or was it?
No, then your Guardian shot, the scout shot.
Then the Rangers shot, they didn't do it, did they?
Then it was
then it was the triple shuriken cannon one, took him out, their weight shots. Then we moved on over to this side again, used the fire prism here with crystal targeting matrix and his bright lances. He shot into the last...
You mean the wave serpent?
Sorry, yeah, the wave serpent with the 2 bright lances, shot into mate with his big flag.
Vexilla Praetor.
That fella. Took him out, which left 1 more with his crystal target matrix and bright lances to attempt to shoot one of these 2 jet bike characters. Unfortunately didn't do any wounds on that turn, but it cleared a few people off objectives and made it a bit more difficult for Pat, so down to Custodes, turn 2.
Okay, end of Custodes, turn 2. We dropped the bikes in here, we shot the bikes at the Reapers. We took a few of them out. We shot some Terminators at the Reapers and some grenade launchers at the Guardians. Took another few out, and now the Exarch's down to 1 and all the other Reapers are gone. We shot las cannons and salvo launchers into this, took it down 2 wounds, so not fantastic. We took 4 Rangers out, and that's been about it. So we're going to go into the the charge and fight phase. Okay, end of Custodes, turn 2. The bikes unfortunately did not make it into combat. The Terminators did, and they managed to get this Wave Serpent down to 6 wounds. So done 7 on it. And over here, the last Wind Rider was killed by this Shield Captain, and we held Objective 1. So we got Objective 1 and Objective 2, so 2 more points. We're struggling with numbers, but we're going to carry on and see if we can turn this round.
Right, so movement phase turn 3.
Yep.
So turn 3, disembarked a load of stuff, so troops and Dark Reapers and the Autarch and the Spirit Seer from 2 Wave Serpents, and obviously pincer movement there if you've ever seen one, but they're all ready to go there. We've not really done a great deal here. This Wave Serpent staying where it is because it's got a nice range. This Hemlock's moved around a bit just to give itself a bit more of a sight on these fellas, and the War Walker's moved up a bit. Short of that, we're ready to move on to the psychic phase, so hopefully lots of smites and all sorts going off this turn. So on to psychic phase turn 3. There we go, so end of my whole turn 3. Lots of things happening, lots of smite, lots of doom, lots of shooting, lots of all sorts, lots of serpent shields. So I probably won't remember it all.
You smited from the Hemlock, I
Smited
denied
the
it.
Hemlock, denied.
Smite
from there,
denied.
Then Doom from there, which hit. So I got to re-roll failed wound rolls, which did help a little. We then shot a load of Dark Reapers and a load of Guardians and the like at the Terminators here. Didn't do a great deal of damage. I think I might have got.
You ended up taking one out.
I think I got a wound or a couple of wounds on them, didn't I?
Yeah.
But the most of the damage done there was from the Bright Lances and the like, and mainly the mortal wounds off the Serpent Shield. So this Serpent Shield discharged, and then we used Overload Field Projectors for a command point, and did it again. And then this one discharged and took out the final wound on the final Terminator, so that cleared those off the table for me. Some shooting up here from the War Walker into Mate here, but did nothing. And I believe this Wave Serpent here also fired into the Pikers down here. But I mean, there's one missing and
One's down to
one down to 2 wounds. So there's a few wounds done in total there. But that's the end of turn 3 for Craftworld. Over to the Custodes, turn 3.
Okay, start of Custodes, or end of movement of Custodes, turn 3.
Yep.
Bikes moved up. Shield Captains moved up here. Custodian Guards moved up here. The Land Raider moved over with the Shield Captain over there. And that's it. We're going to go into the shooting phase and see if we can dent some of these numbers. Okay, end of Custodes shooting. So we'll start off here. We shot into the Guardians with the Hurricane Bolts from the bikes and we took out 5. Over here, we shot into this. No, it didn't. We shot into the Hemlock with the Shield Captain. Ended up destroying it. It blew up and it done a wound to this Wave Serpent. We shot in with the Custodian Guard and took off 2 wounds off the Walker. Over here, we used the Hurricane Bolters and the Heavy Bolters into the Reapers and we took them all out. And we took down 8 wounds on this Wave Serpent here with the las cannons. So we're going to go into the charge and fight phase and see if we can get some charges off. Okay, so a lot of fighting. Over here, we fought, nothing happened. In fact, the Spirit Seer made 5 4-up and vulnerable saves. And I say the Spirit Seer, I mean John. Over here, nothing happened. We fought, people saved. Over here, we did do some damage. We took them from 12 down to 7, so we did 5 damage there. And over here, we killed the Farseer and the
couple of Guardians and the Dire Avenger Exarch, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Dire Avenger Reaper Exarch. So we're going to go into the Craftworld turn 4.
Right, so end of Craftworld movement, turn 4. All we've done is move 1 Wave Serpent over to here to be on objective 5. We've fallen out of combat with the Spirit Seer and the Guardian and just sort of packed ourselves in around objective 6. This Wave Serpent's moved up from where that one is over here, which puts him on objective 4 as well, but opens up a nice line of sight to the closest unit there, the boss man. This Wave Serpent's fallen back and opened up the opportunity there. Warwalker stayed in combat and these guys are just sort of getting ready to pile in and have a bit of fun and see what they can do. So we'll see what happens. We've got Psychic phase coming up, just the 1 Spirit Seer left now. So we'll see if he can do anything with his Smite to like. Otherwise, yeah. Psychic phase and then on to shooting phase. There we go, so end of turn 4. It's not been great for me, to be honest. Like I say, it's a bit, once I get into combat, I'm not too resilient. So I've managed to lose these Guardians in combat, just on the fight back. And morale, yeah. Didn't do the shooting phase, did we? Managed to take a wound off your captain over here.
2 wounds with the
Serpent Shield, wasn't it? Water wounds, yeah. We've done a bit of fighting over there. I didn't take anything off, but I lost 2 wounds on the War Walker. Nothing has happened over here so far. I tried grenades and it wasn't even a lot because I can't shoot with the Guardians because they fell back. So only with a grenade launcher.
Most of the stuff went into
the
Warlord.
Not a great deal more I can do on that. We've just got to try and slow things up, but that's where we are right now. I have got, however, 1, 2, 3 more objectives there, so that puts me up to 11 points. But I am in danger of a tabling
to my 5
at the minute, so
11 to 5 on
2 turns left, so we'll see what happens. Over to the Custodes turn 4.
Okay, end of Custodes turn 4. So we have done some shooting, shot into this, took it down a few wounds, and then charged and attacked it, and it's now down to 2 wounds. And I'm still on 5 over here. Over here, the Warwalker and Custodian Guard hit the Warwalker and ended up killing it. These 2 jet bikes that were here, they shot into this Wave Serpent and killed it, and then charged the other Wave Serpent. They blew it up, it killed them, and it killed the killed one of them, and it took a wound off of the shield captain over there, and took 2 Guardians out and 3 wounds off the Autarch. And that was about it.
Right, very thin on numbers in this turn, so that's Craftworld turn 5 finished with. All we've done is move these guys onto the building and try and cover ourselves a bit. Move this guy back a bit so he can get a shot but keep a bit of distance between him because he's getting absolutely destroyed in combat. Psychic phase, we did smite, managed to get it off. The deny didn't quite work, and we got D3 wounds on the shield captain on the bike there. Yeah, so I got rid of him, so that's 1 guy further away gone. Shooting from this Wave Serpent did absolutely nothing. So that's where we are. I've got 3 models on the board, 2 wounds there, 2 wounds there, and Spirit Seer, and Pat's got a couple of bikers left, that Custodian over the back, and Land Raider. So on to Custodes turn 5.
Okay, so so far in Custodes turn 5, we have taken out a Wave Serpent over here with the Warlord. He done it with his launcher. Advanced over here to take this objective, and the Land Raider stayed here. He killed the Ranger in here. The Land Raider shot up into these 2, didn't kill them. The biker has charged. He's put 2 attacks into the Autarch and killed him. He's now going to put 2 attacks into the Spirit Seer. Now, the Custodes are on 7 victory points at the moment. At the end of this turn, they will have 8, 9 victory points from holding them 2 points, and so it comes down to this end of turn 5. The Eldar have got 11, so there's no way it will be 11 to 9 if it ends on turn 5, and that Spirit Seer is still alive. So 2 dice, hitting on 2s, both hit. Wounding on 2s, both wound, and they're -3.
So we've got 4 up invuln.
So 2 4-up invulns. First one goes through. Second one is saved. He cannot be killed then. So D3 wounds, it's done 3.
Go for the Orthway saves. None. So you get 3 wounds, leaves him on 1 wound.
He has 1 wound remaining. So John is going to roll to see if the game continues.
Choose one of your dice. So that stands out.
A 3. The game does continue on to turn 6. I'm up to 9 points. At that, John is going to concede because I still have the Warlord, have this guy over here. I have the Land Raider on a point, this guy's on a point, so I'm up to 9 as it is. The Spirit Seer is going to be down to 1. He's not going to be able to escape the next turn, and I'll be getting more points. So John's going to concede there. Great little finish to the battle. If it had ended on turn 5, John would have won. And it's just it's one of those battles that's really surprised me. I really thought it wasn't going my way, and it's turned around. And yeah, it's been a great battle. So yeah, till the next time. Anything to add, John?
Gutted. Shouldn't have asked it.